Number 1, signal target is 94, Bravo, 65. 20 low. Everyone.
Well, hello there, Angela. How are you doing tonight?
Doing really well. How are you? You said you're still a little bit under the weather. I should hope you feel
Yes,
better.
can you believe that? Hey, Scott, Lori Gibbs, Jackie, Marion, it's tuning in, a little twisted. Hopefully I didn't miss anybody. Nilda. Yeah, so, yeah, I just don't get it. So, and I'm not as bad, but it's just like, I am coming out of the woods, not going back into the woods, I hope. But yeah. So my surgery got canceled, so that was awful. I had surgery in the
Oh
morning, yeah.
no.
So here we go again, ladies and gentlemen. So the way we go. So yes, blessing God. Thank you, Lord. So what's been going on with you?
I'm following the news on the Pope and his health issues. Obviously, he's got pneumonia, and people are praying for him. And
Yeah, having pneumonia at that age, it's awful because it
absolutely, and
can
he's
be life
missing.
threatening.
Absolutely, he's missing part of his lung. So I think that does complicate things a bit. And I sure hope things go well with him. And if he and they say he's still critical, if he does pass, I hope he passes peacefully. I hope he doesn't suffer through this.
Right. Yeah. So that'd be something to watch with. I know when I saw it the other night when I couldn't sleep, I didn't know if that was fake news or not because how people post things on the internet.
Mhm.
So yeah,
Um,
it's hard to tell. It
I
really
still
is.
continue. Yeah, it really is. And my dad's sick, and he's had a cold for a while. I wish he'd go, see the doctor. But he's a bit stubborn about seeing the doctor, so take a lot of convincing to get him to go. But
Hey,
definitely,
Joey and
it's
Stewart.
time of year. But spring is around the corner, so in about
Oh, then I
22.
go through my damn allergy season. Hachua, hachua.
I was
All
sneezing a
right,
lot today here. Oh my goodness, I was sneezing a lot
all
here
right.
in the last couple days.
No, Lori, it's the surgery for the back implant. So now it's been put on hold. So, but anyways, we'll figure it out. But yeah. So, Neil, I got your question in line. Little Twist says it's 65 here today. Right now it's 43, mostly cloudy, with a little bit of stars shining through. But yeah, it's slight breeze from the northeast.
It's
There's
a
Stephen
wonderful,
laugh.
balmy 30 degrees here.
As Scott says, it's 48 in Detroit. So Joanne Stewart says I had influenza A and double pneumonia. Pneumonia. 7 days in the hospital. Damn, Joanne.
Yeah, wow.
So
I've
Lori
been very
says it's 40, freaking pouring down, windy. Yes, Washington. So, wow, we sound
used to.
like the National Weather Service right now.
Yeah, it's
So,
about 30 here, so it's more rainy than anything. And but it's been getting up to about almost 50, so I'm hoping that'll go that direction. We'll get spring and things will warm up, and that will be more comfortable around here.
I got you, Jackie. Scott, yeah, Lori says, we're just, we love to talk about the weather. That's funny.
In Ohio, we love to talk about the weather. We don't care how old you are. It's just everybody in Ohio likes to talk about the weather.
That's funny as heck. I wanted to show you if I can get everything prepped. I was trying to prep it before the show, but I was running behind like always. So Mary has uh-oh. What'd I do? No, hold on. Here we go. Mary did an aura picture of me being sick.
Yes.
And she also did one the day I was feeling better. And you would not believe what it took. Are you ready for this? Hey,
I'm
Rebecca.
ready.
There's your
Hi,
friend.
Rebecca.
So, and Mary's like, I want to ride my bicycle. I want to ride it well. So, so let me show you if I can get this. I'm afraid to hit the X on this. If I hit the X, will it close it all? Cancel. All right. Share screen. I think this is the sick one. No, that's the good one. So let me go back because they don't tell me which one's which. Share screen. Let's go to the first one. So, and that's the good one. Hold on. Try this again. Share screen. No, I did have the right one. Let me see which one's showing. No. Stop sharing. I'm going to go back and hit the other one. Share screen. All right. Now, what do you see on that aura photo?
Well, it's a lot of green, and you got a lot of speckles in there.
Right. So that's my outside aura. And you see the purple, the blue, and right there starts to get muddled and chopped up, doesn't it?
Yeah.
Then you see the orange and the red, right? But if you notice,
Yes.
they're almost in line, right? So let me blow this up a little bit bigger and make sure I'm on the right one. No. Now, if I blow it up a little bit bigger, can you see it now? Because I know we're on a small screen.
Oh, yeah.
See how it's muddled and all choppy and blockage?
Yes. It's really hazy.
Right. So, like Mary's pointing out, that's my stomach area, my chest area, where I'm sick. Right? That's the day I was sick. Okay. Not feeling good at all. I'm talking, didn't want to do anything, coughing, hacking, pains galore. Now, the day I was feeling better, look what happened. Now look.
Yeah, more clear.
See it?
Yeah.
See how clear it is now? You can see the colors?
Yeah.
So, does the aura photography work? Yes.
Yes.
It really does. So, you can actually see people that had recent breakups, blockages in their heart, people that had blockages in their throat, that have problems in relationships that couldn't speak. You would not believe what this would tell you on people and how you can actually read the aura reports. It's just so fascinating to even to go through. And now there is the front side of mine, and look at the blues and purples.
Yes.
So when she did my face shot, mine were all purples and blues, which means very intuitive.
Mm-hmm.
So, and Standing Stone says I had maybe 6 of those done. I had a black arrow over my bad knee. See, and it's just amazing how those things work. So it's just so fascinating. It's mind blowing. It really is. You know, and we were taking a bunch of photographs yesterday in Ashland, Kentucky, at Sydney's metaphysical store for people. And we were like, "Yeah, buddy, you got some problems, don't you?" And they're like, and Mary was just like, and they're like, "How do you know?" It's like, "Because your picture tells me. That's how I know." And I'm like, "Damn, Mary, you could be a little more tactful." So, but it was interesting because out of all of them we done, I think only one person actually had it done prior, and they were amazed to see what the colors represent, what they were going through, what they were coming out of, what they were going into, some of the
Mm-hmm.
things that needed worked on. And Sydney's actually having a class for everybody that had a or for photography or photo done, and sit down and teach them and explain to them because they're novices at it and they actually need help. So that's pretty interesting. Hey, Define Feminine Warrior, nice to meet you. Welcome to the show. If y'all have any questions and want a reading, go ahead and put it down in the chat while we're talking. I'll slap it in the background, and when we get to it, I'll put you in line. Curse, I may, I don't know. I mean, we're going to have all the equipment. Yes, Chris, I had some dark ones and orange and reds, and where I was at the time. Yeah, I was Standing Stones. It does. And Mary's had hers done for I guess the past dozen years or more, and you ought to see her transformation. But she knows what she needed to work on because she knows the auras and the chakras and what she had to work on to get hers into the right colors and mind
Mm-hmm.
frame, correct her chakras where she's at today. So I got you, Joanne. But it's very interesting.
It
So
is.
yeah, well, you're welcome, Neil. I wanted to share it because a lot of people don't understand horror photography, and if somebody's actually sick and don't know about it, it may pop up on there, and it's like, yeah, you may go get a doctor visit or a checkup or a wellness exam.
Now, I would notice like brown around people's legs and extremities that were having circulation issues. I would notice brown. And people that have neurological issues, I would notice like a round orb on the top of their head, and it would be discolored. Right? It would not be a normal color. This orbit sits right on top of their head all the time, and usually that would result in different type of prion disease. Like Alzheimer's. Those types of syndromes, Lou Gehrig's disease, things like that, those types of neurological conditions, and those would come through that way for me. I would see that on people.
Yeah, it's and the reporting system, of course, we got different tiers, different packages with the aura photography. And I'm talking, I think the premium deluxe is $100, and it comes with every kit and caboodle, every graph, every diagram, yin yang wheel, you name it. Tells you your output in probably about 80 something pages with the reports and definitions. So it comes with the binder. You get a picture frame. Yeah, and actually, if you hand me mine real quick, thank you. This is this is the, of course, my green screen. Hold on, because somebody just made a comment. But your aura picture comes in a picture frame, and then your report comes in a binder. And then the binder tells you everything about your your body shots, everything in there. And like I said, it's not chintzy on the reports. I mean, it's quite huge. So, and you get on the $100 package, you get a hard copy plus it's emailed to you, so you get 2 copies. And the reason why we print it out and put it in a binder, because a lot of people, if you go to print this out with the colors and the graphics, it is going to eat you alive in ink. And we have special commercial printers, so it's not as bad for us to print it as it is for people at home. I mean, our laser commercial printer prints, I think, 35 pages per second or per minute.
Oh, per minute. Okay.
Per minute. So yeah, per second. I'll say that's fast, isn't it?
And then what I do is that I paint portraits of spirits that I see in your aura, because you know your spirit guides hang out in your aura. Your angels
Right.
are there. Spirit animals, the messages that come through, they come through your aura to me, and then I paint what I'm getting. And of course, you can have that aura photography with Grizz, and then come over to me, and I'll paint the spirits and see what the spirits also have to say. And
Yeah, Jackie, the packages start out at $30 and go up. The cheapest is 30. The top of the line package is 100, and that comes with the photograph in the frame, everything printed out in the binder, hard copy, and email. So yeah, and I think there's 4 packages, hon. So there's only 4 packages to choose from. Yeah. Yeah, we had one lady that had a spirit guide in her photograph. And showing the white area. It was pretty neat. So,
wow,
but you know, and it's neat too because you can sit there and our stuff we can monitor to you live, like you're in the hospital. It's the best way to describe it, like you're hooked up to an EKG machine, and we can watch things live. Like I can talk to you and give you sentences like, you know, let's talk about going to the beach and watch your relaxation change, or make you smell lavender or cinnamon or something, and watch your calmness change. So, because, you know, your auras do change, your colors do change. They really do. So, absolutely. But, you know, if you ever have a chance, ladies and gentlemen, a lot of people do offer it. I know it's kind of rare, but if you have a chance, try to get one done because it's very helpful.
It gives you a good snapshot too. What's going on? You can do it periodically, and you can see the changes.
Yes, absolutely. Hold on, my angel Mary was talking to me.
Just look at it'll say price list or services list. Just click on it for a minute.
I don't see which one, hon.
Click on it because I've got them all. Nope. Service price list right there. And then you can share that one.
I don't know if I could share this, but I'll try, ladies and gentlemen. So, here, let me do this, Angela, then we'll get started.
Okay.
All right. Yeah, I think I can share this. So, Mary, somebody asked to see the price list. Let me see if I can. All right. Is it on there? All right, services. Let me go back to services. So the first one is the headshot. That's the picture only. Option 2 is you receive the headshot and email chakra picture and report that shows the body shot and report on that. The deluxe package is $75, and you receive a headshot or picture, email for or report that includes information about your chakra colors, your yin yang color wheel, your mind body chakra graphs, and more. And for only $25 more, you get everything, and you get a special report that's 50 something pages on top of that, with a bunch of information and definitions, a cleansing report, how to fix things, and then you get the picture frame, the report binder, a printed out package, and then you get that also emailed. So, but like I said, there's only 4 options, so we try to price it reasonably. We noticed other people were charging up to $175 to $200, so we kept our prices very low. So we wanted everybody to have an option to have this done. And so, no, you're welcome, not a problem. But no. All right, here. All right, now let's see here. Nilda, Angela, how will the ailment of the 7 plants affect me personally? Plants or planets?
I think she's talking about the alignment of the 7 planets. I know that
Yes.
they've been all on the same side of the sun, and when they're all on the same side of the sun, that's when you see a lot of volcanic activity, a lot of earthquakes. We've been seeing
Right.
that a lot because they're all the planets are on the same side right now. But let's check and see what the runes have to say in regards to
Okay.
questions. So the rune I draw for you is Raiso. So Raitho is the rune of honor. It's journey. It's the path of Odin's chariot across the sky. So they're talking about a journey of the planets, and it feels like your energy is being pulled along with it. And the next rune I got is Manas. So Manas is the rune of wisdom. It's the Bifrost bridge. It's the bridge from the spirit world to our world, and vice versa, the rainbow bridge. This rune is telling me that the planets are opening up your energy to allow more spirit communication to happen. The next rune I have is Langu. So Langu is growth, it's flow, it's life, it's water. And what I feel is like it's more of a watery flow, more of the water sign would be the stronger influence for you. And that flow is very important, that staying in the flow and staying in that energy. So what the runes are telling me is, to summarize, it looks like the journey of the planets, they're taking your energy along with them, but they've allowed a portal to be open to the other side to allow for the free flow of information. And it's more spiritual. So this is be a stronger spiritual influence for you.
It's interesting because as you was talking, I was actually seeing that.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, you're welcome, Delta. It's wild because as you was talking, as you talk, I see certain things sometimes. So, all right, Nelda, let's see here. Jackie, I can use some insight to the situations I have. All right, Jackie, what kind of situations? What kind of situations? What'd you do? Did you dig yourself a hole in? Jackie's like, I didn't dig myself a hole in. I fell in them. Let's give Jackie a second here. Nilda says, is that the 2 circles I saw?
Right. So you have this one spear representing our world and the other spear representing the spirit world.
If I have to drink any more NyQuil, I'm gonna.
I drink some of that tangerine. It has so much vitamin C and vitamins. It's kept me healthy. And without
Oh, that's why I saw the justice scales.
Okay. Okay.
All right, so that's why I saw the justice scales.
Okay.
Sometimes I don't know if I'm just seeing stuff or.
And Jackie, too, there is a saint you can ask for the intervention of for the quick resolution of legal matters. His name is Saint Expedite. Some call him Saint Expeditus. You can actually look up the prayer of Saint Expedite or Saint Expeditus for swift resolution in legal matters, and pray that prayer and ask him to intervene and for his intercession on your behalf in heaven. So let's just see what's going on. Let's see what the runes say in regards to the resolution. Okay, so the first rune I show is Feyu. So this is the rune of money. So I see this as some sort of legal issue over money. There's money involved. I definitely see that. I see like money changing hands. It's like going back and forth. The next rune I got is Wunyo. So Wunyo is happy endings, fresh start. So a good resolution, and it feels like a resolution in your favor. So it feels like there's going to be a fresh start after this. And the next rune I have is land goose. So land goose is flow. And it feels like this rune is telling me things are going to go smoothly for you as far as the situation resolving itself. So I would suggest, say that prayer to Saint Expeditus. You can look that up online. He's the patron saint of desperate causes and urgent matters, and especially legal matters when it comes to the courts. And ask for his intercession and ask for his help in this, and just turn it over to God, because I do see the runes are saying a swift and smooth. It's not going to go as hard as you think. It looks like it's going to be a smooth travel path. It's going to be resolved quickly, and you can get this behind you quickly. I used him before for a home. Yeah, Saint Expeditus. I've used him for money, and like I the exact amount I needed, and when I needed it was there within 10 minutes in my account after I asked for it. And his intercession is amazing.
Okay, Joanne Stewart would like to have a reading, please.
Joanne. Okay, Joanne Stewart. What reading we have for you? So the first rune I got for you is Dagos. And this is the rune of enlightenment. This is the height of the sun at the new day, is what it's supposed to represent. What I'm getting off of this is that it feels like you feel muddy. It feels like when I look at your head, it looks like there's like a muddy brown aura like right in front of your forehead. And it's like muddy thoughts. It's like there's confusion, and there's just so much it's weighing down on you. And what I'm feeling from this rune is that you need clarity. In order to obtain that clarity, the rune is suggesting that you really need to meditate. Like get down, meditate, clear your mind. I would suggest bringing in the color purple. So when you're meditating, imagine a beautiful purple light coming in and coming down through your head and out through your forehead, and it's all through your being. So that will break up those patterns of worry and anxiety over the same thing and trying to grab onto the next thing to worry about. It will break up that pattern for you so that you get that peace, that sort of, I don't have to be stuck in this pattern anymore. So the next rune I got, this is Kenya. So Kenya means wisdom, intuition, guidance. This represents a torch that you would use in the emergency. So where you have the bottom, the handle, the top would be lit up with pine tar and lit, so you can find your way through the woods. So that rune is telling me that you need to seek some sort of counseling, and it's more of like professional counseling, or this rune's making me feel like, yes, seek counseling, seek some sort of counseling, and it feels more like emotional type of counseling, like some sort of therapist, somebody like that. Sometimes your pastor has a lot of background in that type of counseling, so you can, if you have a pastor of a church, you can always ask him about that, but it feels like you need counseling. The next rune I got is Pertho. So Pertho is the die cup. It usually means the future. It means good luck. And the way I have it here, instead of the luck is reversed, which means that there is an uncertainty about the future. It's being hidden for you on purpose. The reason why it's being hidden is because you still have some work to do on yourself. Once you get that work done and you put the work in on yourself, then the future will open up for you in a very positive way.
Interesting. All right. Next up, Lori. Just gonna throw it out there for answer. I just got diagnosed this week. High BP and diabetes too. Like reading.
Okay. Yeah, it's a terrible thing. High blood pressure and diabetes together. So the first one I get for you, and who am I reading for? I'm reading for
Lori
Michelle?
Gibbs.
Lori Gibbs. Okay. Okay, Lori Gibbs. The first rune I got is Rytho, the rune of honor, the rune of journey, and it feels like you've been a bit on a struggle on the journey that you've been on. It feels like you've been pulled in many different directions. It feels like people try to pull you off the journey that you know you need to be on. I keep seeing you getting pulled back and forth quite a bit. It's like people are making demands on you that they shouldn't be making, and then they're making too many demands that you have no obligation to fulfill. Right? You have a right to say boundaries and to say no. The next rune I got is Kenya. So Kenya's is the rune of wisdom. What I got with this is to back off from the situation and kind of take the big picture. I see you like writing this down and seeing and just looking at the big picture of things, because it feels like there are people that try to boss you around and try to bully or try to convince you have to do this or that for them, and they really need to do for themselves and not involve you. And it feels like the rune is saying, just sit back, take the 1,000-foot view. You can write this down or just take it, the overall picture, just take the emotional element out of it and look at this objectively and say, look, there's a way to say no here. And I just have to make sure that I say no when I need to say no and be firm about it. Don't have to be rude about it. And just no. That's not something that I can afford to do at this time. This is not something that I'm equipped to do. This is something that you have to take care of. I have too much on my plate. You need to handle this on your own. Look up your own resources or reference them to somebody else or whatever, but not you, because it feels like they're just putting you in the middle. The next rune I got is Nadi. So Nadi means necessity. It can also be stress. Originally, this in runic poetry was a tight band around the chest, and it is the two sticks being rubbed together in emergency and bare necessity. And what I'm getting off this rune is just to focus on you and just focus on what your needs are and the basics, and that's it. Not focus on any over here or over this or what whoever else is doing, whoever they're trying to get to in your life, trying to bug in there and trying to pull you one direction or the other. Just to focus on you and focus on getting your own situation in order and improving your own life and not anybody else's.
Thank you, Angela. Focus on my health as I am older. All right. Seashells. My ass was the item that the male past person used to live in my apartment, where it is, so I can clear the energy. I guess he
Okay.
must have left it behind.
Okay. And there's an attachment there. Okay. See if you can find out what it is. Because it doesn't feel like something is very big. Okay. Let's see if the runes can tell me. And get the die cup. So usually this represents because it is a cup if you look at it. It's supposed to represent a cup. So it feels like there is something small that he left behind. Let's see if they give me a focus on this. Okay. I just see something very small. Either is like it's either like it's like a container. I'm trying to figure out what it is. It's beer related, whatever it is. I smell beer, so maybe it's a piece of beer memorabilia of some kind. As I smell beer.
I thought you said beer. Well, let's have a beer, Chris.
No, it feels like it's something beer related, and I get the masculine ing one. So this is something that's very masculine, very, I would say, beer related, like a beer sign or something, or a mug or something that has some sort of something you would associate with beer. Something he kept around because he just liked it. So you can look around for that.
Yeah, I thought you said beer. B-E-E-R.
That's what I said. I said beer. B-E-E-R. Beer. Like a beer, something associated with beer, like beer drinking. Like
I thought you
like
said
a mug,
I thought you said beer.
or a sign
You know,
or
like
something.
a beard sign. You know, like I'm going to shave my beard, or what the
No,
hell,
not beer.
Angel?
Like beer, like the beer that you drink. That's what I was trying to impress there. The beer that you drink type of thing. And then she's asking, but where? Okay, so I feel like a storage unit of some kind, like I kept seeing like a shelf and somewhere in like a storage area, like someplace you hardly ever go. I see cobwebs and things like that. So I felt like he's left something there. And it's like beer related, like a beer mug or a sign. I'm more leaning towards a mug of some kind, like like if you go to a festival or something and they'll give you a big mug for a souvenir, something like that. After they have it for a while, they might put it away, but like a.
Well, I've seen people have things in the attic and joist or underneath steps. Mary says vent.
Could it be like a kegger thing or anything? Do they have something like that? Like the release of the beer that you could vent?
So
The little nozzle.
I don't know. She's gonna be looking around.
See if there's something like
Yeah.
that.
So all right, next up, Chris L. Thanks for this live and readings. I just want to know, Big Bear is still with me. And there any spirit animals with me at this time, please, and thank you.
Hey, Chris, I got this room first, which is T was. So yes, Big Bear is with you. I still feel it like he's really strong. This is what this represents as a spear, in particular. It's supposed to be a spear. So I do feel him with you. And the next rune I get for you, I got right though. So right though is honor. So I feel like he's backed off a bit, but his emphasis is about honor, keeping your honor and following an honorable path. It's like what he's guiding you for. He's about discipline and making sure you stay focused on your path. The next rune I got is land goose. So land goose is flow, it's growth. He's saying that you have grown quite a bit, so he doesn't have to be as much of a guide for you as he used to be, but he still's there. He still is there. Oh, somebody's talking about mice. I use peppermint oil, believe it or not. And mice hate peppermint oil. They will not go near it. If you put a drop of it, they won't go near that area as long as they can smell peppermint for some reason. I use it I put a little drop of it in my car, like under the car hood, just on the weather seal, the weather strip, right? There's a piece of metal for the ground and all that. I put that in there, and then I don't have an issue with mice getting in there and chewing wires, because when they smell the peppermint, they flee. You tried that? You tried it and you're still getting mice? Okay. Yeah, you felt the backing off. This is okay. You're welcome. You're welcome, Chris. He's very proud of you, by the way. Oh, Michelle wants a reading. Michelle, let's see what the runes have to say. We'll use these guys. Okay, Michelle, first rune I got for you, this is Lamgo. So this is the rune of growth, flow. And I'm getting told by the rune for you to slow down, breathe, take time for yourself, and just allow yourself to kind of sit in your feelings and just clear your thoughts. The next rune I got is Ansus. So Ansus is wisdom. What I'm getting off this rune is that I feel like you are going to have to write some things down to see the wisdom in the situation. It feels like you're in a complex situation. It's like that's so complex. It's hard to see what's the best course of action or the best way to proceed next. And it feels like it's writing it down and then just getting the basics of it, the gist of it, and then selecting the wisest course of action given what you know about it. But writing it down helps make it easier to comprehend and to process for you. The next rune I have is the rune Thorosas. This means caution. It's sharp edges. It's the boundaries also. What I'm getting an image of is that you set a boundary and then you carefully back away from the situation. Like, I'm not going to be any more involved in this. I'm not going to be any deeper than I'm already am. I'm setting this boundary, no more. And then slowly ease yourself out of the situation. See, Anthony has a question. Anthony says, hello, should I just open myself up? So, let's see, Anthony. Okay, the first rune I got is Wunya, which is fresh start, peace, new beginnings. What I'm getting on here is that you need to do something to kind of wipe yourself clean of all the energy that you're carrying around. And, take that deep breath and just vanquish all that energy and just bring in a new shield around you. It's just like doing a major energy clearing. Clear all that out. And the next rune I got is Tiwa. So Tiwa is the rune of honor. It's an oath. It's the Odin spear. What I'm got from this is to clearly state your intention, what that is, and that's speaking that out loud. Whatever your intention is, owning it. Okay, and imagine that your voice is echoing through multiple dimensions in the spirit world. Okay. So make sure you consider whatever your intention is carefully. I'm not getting to open yourself completely, but simply make sure that you clear your energy, state your intention clearly. In the next rune I got is Othala. So Othala is the rune of kings, and this is a feminine rune. It's also family, it's inheritance, it's DNA. And I'm being told call in your ancestors. Call in your ancestors to help you.
All right.
And Charlie. Charlie. Is it Charlie or Shally?
Chalet.
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 Okay, so may please have a reading. Okay. So let's do a reading for you. So the first rune I got is Burkana. So this is the rune of protection, like motherly protection and also prosperity. What I'm feeling from this is a pull towards nature for you, especially being pulled towards the woods, the trees, the forest, and that type of environment. And I'm being told to ask you to meditate on the feminine aspect of nature and to bring that feminine aspect into your meditation, into your life, just asking that healing energy to assist you. That's ever present in nature. The next rune I have is Rythos. So Rythos is the journey of the sun across the sky. This is also honor. This is Odin's chariot wheel. Um, what what I'm getting is that you're setting off on a journey. It feels like you're setting off on a journey, and that it feels like you need to call in the energies of nature and just bring that meditation with you and that connection with nature. It feels like wherever you go, you need to have a connection with nature and to have that communication with the plants, with the earth, with the sky, because that heals you, that connects you, that brings a calm and a peace and a centeredness for you. The next rune I got is Tiwaz. So Tiwaz is the rune of victory, it's oath, it's Odin's spear. It's also pointing towards the North Star, so it can be guidance. Um, what I'm getting is that you have a higher calling that you're aware of, that you're trying to fulfill, and that you're looking kind of beyond this life. You're looking beyond your body, you're looking beyond the physical realm to try to fulfill this objective that you feel like this higher calling that is coming down from you, for you, from heaven. And it feels like the way to that, or to guide you to that, is to focus on that nature and have that connection with nature and just ask through nature, uh, with their energies, especially with the feminine side of nature, that creative and that um, generative side of nature, to help you grow, and bring that peace within you and that protection and that connection within you, so you can connect with spirit, so that you can reach out for that higher calling. Because until you have this peace in here and that grows, it's going to be difficult for you to focus higher up because you don't have any peace in here. So make sure that you, according to the runes, you need that connection with nature, and that's key for you to make that happen.
Awesome.
She says spot on. So I love the runes. Okay, so we have any other more readings? Okay, from Colorado. May I please have a reading from you today? I'm sure. So the first rune I got from you, and I'm not sure how to say your sign, in J. Hedrecki or Heddeki? Heredeki? I'm not sure how you pronounce that. And the first rune I got for you, this is Tiwaz. I feel like you're a venture center. And this is the rune of victory. It's the rune of the spear. It's Odin's spear. It's Tyr's rune and oath, pointing the North Star. It feels like like you want an adventure. It's like, I want a great adventure. It's like what you're focused on. And the next rune I got This is Nades. So Nades is the rune of survival, bare necessities. And here I see it, it looks like it's reversed here. So when I see that in that sense, this rune is telling me that you have such a strong adventure mindset, but you're not paying enough attention to preparation in case something difficult or happens, to you up your survival skills. Like you need to understand your survival skills first and get those down pat first, before you start running off in an adventure in case something happens. Okay, you have to be prepared for emergencies. So I'm getting off of this room. And the next rune I got here. Okay, so I do have a rune here for Kenya's, which is guidance, light from above. I do feel like there is guidance from above, but I do not feel your loved ones with you. I don't feel that type of spirit connection. What I'm feeling from heaven is that um, right now it feels like they're waiting, like heaven is waiting for you to make that connection first. There is work that you have to do here first before heaven will make that connection with you and allow that spiritual aspect to open up for you. I'll keep going with the runes for you because I think there's more to this. I think the runes have more to say on this, so I'm going to keep going on this. So the next rune I got on this is Thorisos. This means caution or boundary. So there's runes is saying that you have boundary issues and that you need to make sure that you resolve those issues, because I feel like there's hurt that still needs to be resolved, and it feels like it encompasses another person, that somebody did something to you that still has to be forgiven. Okay, and once that's embraced and forgiven, Othala, which is the rune of this is the rune of family DNA, but this is also very feminine. So, but for some reason, when I tested the rune, I got the Blessed Mother. I got the Mother of God coming through, the Holy Mother. So I'm being told by the runes, is that where your healing and connection needs to be made first, is with the Blessed Mother. And you can, say the Hail Mary. There are prayers you can say to her, and particularly the one that's coming up to pass on to you is a prayer called Mary, Undoer of Knots. And what we believe as Catholics is that when Mary, through her obedience, chose to be the instrument of salvation by bearing the Son Jesus, she undid the knots of sin in our lives. She undid the knots of suffering in our lives. And that there is what they call a novena called Mary, Undoer of Knots. And when you pray the prayer, you asked her to undo the knots in your life that keep you from being closer to God and with the spirit world. And when you do that, every day that you pray that she undoes another knot, she undoes another knot. And then by the end of those 9 days, all those knots are gone. And then your connection with the spirit world becomes clear. So you need to, according to the runes, the Blessed Mary, Mother of God, wants you to ask for her intervention so she can be the one to help you and comfort you, and she will lead you to that connection to the spirit side. And this last rune I got, this is Langoose, this is growth. But what I'm getting from this is healing. Like your healing happening in a very dramatic way after that.
Interesting. Well, it's been a great hour once again. Thank you.
Well, thank you very much for having me. And the spirit does all the work and I show up for it. That's what I
Right.
feel like.
Well, hope everybody has a great evening. We'll catch you on tomorrow's show. Good night, everybody. Bye.
Bye.